Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the post-show live chat where we're going to be talking about everything that went down in this latest episode of The Bachelorette Week 2. How's everyone doing tonight? It's me, Bachelor Fan Take. And, wow, what a night. We've got a lot to talk about. We've got some sleuthing to hopefully do as long as there's a preview that comes up. And an episode where one man completely took a 180 all over the place. I don't know if I've ever seen a man go from a top 6, maybe top 4 position to, I don't know, he could be out next week for all we know. But before we get into the chat, let's quickly talk about the rules. Number 1, please, no posting any blatant spoilers in the chat. Of course, anything that is sleuthed out, we're going to be doing that in this live stream. Anything that comes from an official Bachelor or Bachelorette Paradise account, whatever, or from a contestant or something like that, totally welcome. I'm going to do my best to answer any and all questions in the chat. Of course, super chats are going to get priority. I already see one there. And the most important rule is the last one: be kind to each other. So, yes, a lot to talk about. First, Donald from Detroit, thank you for the super chat. Really appreciate that. No question tonight. Just want to say thanks and mostly good-naturedly get in a super chat before I am not Nicole. Yes. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support, Donald from Detroit. Really, really, really appreciate it. So, yes, we've got some villains thrown in there tonight. We've got some drama thrown in there. The season is starting to settle into that typical Bachelor format. We've separated the good guys from the bad guys. Was not expecting the Jamie turn. I'm going to be honest with you here. Was not expecting that, especially after the the really, really great date that he had in the conversation. I guess maybe we should have known it. I did get a bit of a weird feeling right off the bat when Jamie was talking about the date before going on it. He was like, I need to make sure that Michelle's right for me, and I'm the kind of person who will just get up and go away and just spontaneously fly somewhere, and, not a lot of people can handle that. That was the first red flag for me. Because it wasn't like, hey, I'm someone who's, spontaneous and fun, and I want to see if Michelle matches my energy. It was more like, not a lot of people can handle this energy, so we'll see if she can. And that should have been red flag number 1, but then he reeled it back in with the date, and I thought, okay, all right, we're back to it. But I've never seen. Well, I guess we maybe have, but it's very rare to see someone who could so easily have put themselves into a top 6, top 4 scenario, and now is for sure done. For sure done. If it's not next week, it's going to be the week after. So don't expect Jamie to be around long. My gut instinct right now, before reviewing the previews and the newest preview that came out, is that he could go next week. Now, I'm not sure, because there could be something that comes up. He could be around. There's some footage where he sticks around. But one of the big things that turned me away from Jamie being even considered for a top 4 pick was this photo from the previews. Here they're in Minneapolis, and the gang. There are 11 men here, and this is one of the standards. The Michelle, they yell out the name when they arrive at a new place. It's also possible that this could just be a group date, which would mean that one, likely 2 other men are also not here. So we're at a top 13 I guess, scenario here. Top 13, and Jamie's not in this group. So even if he lasts, and with all this business that happened in this last episode, even if he lasts the next week or two, I don't think he's going to make it to Minnesota. So, so if you're if you're going, ooh, that Jamie, I don't like him, don't worry about it. So we also, yes, and there's also the Peter and Will situation that's happening, and that's another scenario of they're not going to make it very long. I think there's definitely no Will here, and I don't think there's Peter either in this shot. So Peter and Will, another duo that's on their way out in the next few episodes. So this drama's only going to last so long. What happened to Jesse? He was supposed to be the host of The Bachelorette. Jesse Palmer is the host of The Bachelor. He's not going to be hosting this season. They had already been filming this season by the time that they announced that Jesse Palmer was going to be the host. He is going to be the host for the upcoming season of The Bachelor. And he's posted about that. It's no surprise. It's no secret who the next Bachelor is. I mean, Jesse Palmer has... former Bachelor, Jesse Palmer, has posted about it as well. Someone from the season who has had very little screen time so far. No, it's not Pardeep, unfortunately, who went home. But it's here's your warning to leave if you really don't want to know. But it's out there. It's public knowledge. This man right here, who was like shown twice this episode. So can you imagine if he if he got eliminated this episode? And Kaleidosaurus, thank you for the super chat. She was done with Pizza Pete at the group date. His rose has to have been a producer push. Yeah, I think so. I think there's every season we see the producer picks. I think if you're a lead and you're someone who knows what's good for you, you have to play the game a little bit. 'Cause like these are the people who control everything of your life for a couple of months. Keep the those guys around for a couple weeks. You know you're going to get rid of them, and production will make your life a little bit easier. Which is half a joke, half not a joke. I don't know how it goes for actual leads, depending on the lead, depending on how likable a lead is. But for contestants, certainly if you don't play the game, there have been contestants in the past who have talked about being, not wanting to play the game, and then they get shut down, they get shut out. These are the people who control your phones for 2 weeks. The entertainment that you have, that kind of stuff. So, absolutely producer pick. Can I say I'm just loving Rodney? Yeah, Rodney's another one who he is. I'm trying to fill in right now for my top 4. The number 4 pick. I think it's a solid Joe, Brandon, and Nate top 3, regardless of the placement of the 3. The 4th is really hard. I talked about Clayton being the number 4 because I just thought if he's the Bachelor, he has to make it to a certain point, right? Well, I don't know. You'd hope, but for some reason I had thought Rick. I don't know. He's around a bit. I don't see him, but maybe. And Rodney is someone who he had a really good edit tonight too. I don't know if I see him in the top 4 though. I don't know. It's just one of those things. But he's certainly going to be a get close to hometowns at minimum. He's getting a good edit. He had a good edit, a good funny edit. Stayed out of the drama this episode. We'll see if that sticks. But Rodney, I like Rodney too. And I'm not in a cult. 13 months, over a year. Thanks so much for